Grab a comfy seat and welcome. The topic is, do you know how much time your workers spend on technology while they are working? You know how many of your workers are on the clock, or you know how many hours your workers are on the clock. But do you know how many of those hours are actually working? Who has their attention? Do you know how much time your workers spend on technology while they work? And we're not talking about the technology they need to actually do their jobs. We are talking about their phones, the scrolling, the texting, the notifications, the checking, the calls, the distractions that have become so normal and normalized in our society that so many workplaces barely even recognize them anymore. They pretty much enable and support them. This is not saying technology is bad. Technology is great when it's a tool. The question is whether we are using the tool or that tool is using us. Who's the master? Because when anyone is getting paid to work, there is responsibility attached to the time. Responsibility to the business, their workers, their customers, any vendors, suppliers, anyone that they must interact with in the business. Responsibility to the work that needs to be done. And this applies to all of us, from the owner to the newest worker. A worker can be standing at the counter, sitting at the desk, writing in the passenger seat, working in the shop, or walking across a job site and mentally be somewhere else completely different. And every time interruption may seem harmless, one text, one notification, one quick check, one scroll, yet how many minutes, just 1 minute, happens throughout a workday? How many times does this happen? Think about and check out our unplugged videos and learn about what one distraction, how many minutes and time it actually takes before a person is able to get focused completely again. More importantly, what does this do to our focus, to our productivity, to our safety, to our mind, to our mental and physical health, how we communicate, how we handle things with customers and anyone we interact with? How about the quality of our work? Are we able to be as productive? A healthy business needs people who are completely present. Not perfect, but present. There is a time to work and there's a time to rest. There's a time to connect, and that time is not while they're working. And there is a time to put technology down and give attention to what truly matters most in the moment. If we are the employers, we have a responsibility to establish clear standards, and those standards must be high. If we are the workers, we have a responsibility to establish clear standards ourselves, but also manage the standards of our employers. And these days, as we were talking about in the last couple videos, that standards have been lowered, standards have been normalized, and low standards, and also they're just socially acceptable to be sloth, to be lazy, to not be accountable or responsible. So we want to encourage everyone to be raw, responsible, accountable, and wise. We should not need someone standing behind us all day telling us to put our phones away. We should know why we are doing the work we're doing. It doesn't matter if you have to have this job, then give it your all until you can have a different job or change jobs. Um, we need to understand the responsibility that we accepted when we'd agreed to do the work. And it's also the responsibility of the employer to make sure that happens. Employers, we need to have the conversations instead of pretending that no problems are present. And workers, it is your responsibility to step up to the plate and do the work that's required. So, do you actually know how technology is being used during the workday in your business with all of your different people. Not what you assume or not what you pretend or not what you think or not what policy says, but what is actually going on in your workplace. Or if they're working remotely, the same. You have people that say, well, I don't know what they're doing. They're getting their work done. Are they? How, look at the state of the business. And also look at their mental and physical health. Look at their family. Look at their whole lifestyle. How is it going? How is yours going? Maybe it's time to recognize, do a reset, what has become normal, culturally accepted, socially accepted, and just the norm. Everybody does it. Then we've got to reveal where the distractions are costing everyone. We've got to rewrite low standards to high standards, and we've got to rewire the habits. Technology can be incredibly beneficial for all of us, yet here's the thing. We have to be wise with using it. That's why check out all of our unplugged videos and products, because everywhere you go, you can tell the people that are helping you with customer service, and you can also tell how they treat others, how they behave. Check out our mental attire, what we mentally wear and we physically wear. Healthy businesses require healthy habits, and it comes from the top. Well, I don't know if I want to say the top. It comes from the owners, and it spreads throughout all the company. Be the example, set high standards, be raw, be accountable, be responsible, and be wise. We've got to restore accountability, rebuild responsibility, and we've got to strengthen standards. So be a wise worker. We appreciate you. We thank you. And no one, no business, no family, no person shall do life alone. So do reach out and connect with us and take care.